All right, today we're going to be talking about lesson 6-5. It's called discount and markup. So the difference between markup and discount, a markup is a percent that is added to the original, while a discount is a percent that is subtracted from the original. So how we do it is the markup percent, say it's 25% of a markup. This is going to be the same as saying it's 1.25 times the original. What I did was I added the 25% as a decimal to 100%. So 1.25 times the original. Because if you look at it in actuality, if you find the markup of the original, so it'd be 0.25 times the original, and then you add the original back in, this is 1 times the original plus 0.25 times the original. So what I can do is I can factor that, or kind of undo the distributive property, and get 0.25 plus 1, which would get you the 1.25 times the original. For the percent discount, if it's a 25% discount, that's really equal to 100% minus 25%, which is 75%. So we'd be taking 75% of the original, which would be 0.75 times the original. So let's look at example 1 here. It says, find the selling price if a store pays $42 for a pair of inline skates and the markup is 25%. So 2 ways that we can do this. We can either do it this way by finding 25% of 42 and then adding it to 42. Or we can do it this way and simply do 1.25 times the original, because 25% above the original cost would be 100% plus 25% for the markup, so 125%. Regardless of which way you do it, you should get the same answer. So if we do it the 1.25 times 42 method, 1.25 times 42 is going to be $52.50. A lot less work. But if we do it the other way, find 25% of 42. If we would do that, we'd see that this is $10.50. We then take 42 and add it to $10.50, and that would still get you $52.50. So regardless of the method that you use, you will still get the same answer. Let's look at example 2. Summer Sports is having a sale. A volleyball that originally sells for $59 is on sale for 65% off. What's the sales price? So again, very similar to above. We can see that 65% off really means that it's 35% of the original. So we can do 0.35 times the original cost, which was $59. We would see that the sales price would be $20.65. If we wanted to do it in this method here, where we find 65% of the original and then subtract it from the original, so we would do 0.65 times 59, and that would get you $38.35. That is how much is discounted. Take the original cost, subtract the amount that's discounted, and you would still get $20.65. So again, regardless of which method you choose, you will get the same answer as long as you apply them correctly. This method is the 100% plus 25% to get 125% or 1.25. For discounts, it would be 100% minus 65%, which is 35% or 0.35. The other method that was used, we found the markup of the original or the discount of the original, and then added the markup or subtracted the discount. Regardless of which method you use, you will get the same answer as long as you apply it correctly. Let's look at example 3 now. It says Henrik had a 25% discount on hockey equipment. The selling price was $172.50. What's the original amount? So, in this case, we're looking at 0.75 times the original equals $172.50. So we know the sales price. Now we're going to be looking for the original. Do not get confused and say, well, let's find out what 25% of this is and just add it back on. No, your answer will be close, but it'll not be the same. What you need to do is say 75% of the original is this selling price. This here, this is the percent equation. You can also use the percent proportion by saying 172.50 over what number is 75 over 100. Way back to lessons 1 and 3. Regardless of the method that you use, if you use the percent equation, we have to divide both sides by 0.75. If we use the percent proportion, we have to do cross products to get 75x is equal to 17250. Divide both sides by 75, and regardless of which method you use, percent equation or percent proportion, the original price would be $230. But please make sure that when you are going through this, do not assume that a 25% discount and you know the sales price, to find 25% of that and add it on. You'll get close, but it'll not be the same. In fact, if you were to do that, you would see that 25% of $172.50 is $43.13. Add that on, you would get $215.63. So close, $215.63 versus $230. Close, but not quite. Example 4. This is a good one. It says Cody is buying a ring that had an original price of $295. It's on sale for 30% off. If a sales tax of $8.25 or 8.25% is applied, what is the total cost? First, we want to find the sales price. Again, regardless of which method you use, if you want to find 30% of $295 and then subtract it from that, or simply find 70% of $295, you will get the same sales price. And that sales price would be $206.50. That's the sales price after the 30% off. Next, we want to add the sales tax. Sales tax is a lot like a markup. A lot like a markup. So 8.25%, we can either find 8.25% of $206.50 and then add it back, or we can simply do 1.0825, which is 8.25% added on to 100%, times the $206.50. And if we do that, and rounded to the nearest cent, our total cost would be $223.54. Now, if you do it the other method, find 30% of $295, which would be $88.50. Take $295 and subtract that. It would still get you the $206.50. Then adding the sales tax. So 8.25% of $206.50 would have been the 43. Would have been $17.04. And then you add that to the sales price, and you would still get $223.54. Doing it this method is a little bit more work, but it also leads to less mistakes. If you use this method, you really have to understand that a 30% off really means that it's 70% of the original. Or adding an 8.25% sales tax is really saying it's 108.25% of the original. So you need another level of understanding when you're doing this method here, but this method also leads to less work. That's the end of lesson 5, so if you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, this is the end.